Live action.
What's up, people? It's your boy, the Last Boy Scout.
And it's your boy Big Deuce.
We're Third Shift Comics and more.
And today we're doing our full review of the movie The Batman. About a week and a half ago, we did the little part-time, no spoiler review. And today we're bringing in our special guest, Pedro Window, aka I got that shit.
Got that shit.
Every time we ask this man about a book, he's like, hold on, I got it. Turns around and pulls it out of the three short boxes he has there. He's got like some Doctor Strange shit going on. He reaches into a short box and it's got 3,000 comics in there.
He
But
always reaches into the same box.
yeah, always is the same box.
Always the same box, and he pulls out the cover. I'm like,
at least 3 layers. At least 3 layers.
All right,
yeah.
so let me just jump off real quick. I'm still keeping my rating at 5.0. I believe Boy Scout you was at 7.5, correct?
Yeah.
So combined, that was giving us a 6.25 out of 10. So we'll round it up to 6.5. So Third Shift Comics was giving it a 6.5. Let me write it here out of 10. Pete, what is your rating out of 10? 0 to 10 on the Batman?
Based on how I feel on this movie right now, I'm giving it a 7.
A 7. So that will put us at, let's see, 6.5 and 7 is 13.5. Divide that by 3 is a very even lower number. We'll figure that shit out by the end of the show. We'll do more math at the end of the show. I do want to add, however, the last time we did the video on IMDb, the rating was 8.6 and Rotten Tomatoes was 86%. And as of now, today, a week and a half later, it dropped 0.2 on IMDb to 8.4 and only dropped 1% on Rotten Tomatoes to 85%. So it's still not that bad, for the masses. But for us, I still give it a 5 because I feel like I could beat the shit out of Batman. I'm just gonna be honest. I just don't think that I don't think my Batman should be like that. When I see Batman, I feel like I should be afraid. Not that hey, what's up? I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. That's just me. I don't know
It
if you
just
got.
wasn't intimidating for you at all.
I mean, I'm gonna die on this hill. I'll probably die. I'll be alone. But I feel like DC missed this opportunity to cast this guy as Terry McGinnis. I think his whole look looks like Terry. He's a skinnier build with the straight loose hair like that, like he had kind of like that whole emo vibe. Uh, I don't want to use titles like that, but that's if I say that, everybody gets the idea what I'm saying. And they could have cast Michael Keaton as old Bruce Wayne, and they would have killed it. It would have been something new, something that nobody's doing, and I think it would have put them a lot closer to the MCU movie wise because this is already the third redo of Batman, right? This is the third one because you got Michael Keaton, Tim Burton, one. Then you have the what was it, Nolan? I forgot his name already. The Dark Knight series. Who's the director of that?
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, the Christopher Nolan Christian Bale Batman. Now you got his Batman. I don't know how many movies he's gonna get, but this is already the third reboot.
You had the brief Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah, but he didn't have a solo movie, and I like Ben Affleck. I know we was talking that before, me and last Boy Scout, that Ben Affleck was not a bad Bruce Wayne and not a bad Batman because I feel like he was playing the Frank Miller Batman, the older Batman, the bigger Batman, like the Alky Batman, and I thought he did that. I thought that was great. I thought that if they were to do the live action on that, I thought that would be dope. I would watch that. And I don't like Ben Affleck, but I thought that he did that great. And if they did a Frank Miller one, that it would be great. But like I said, that's just me.
No, I kind of agree. I mean, I did like the Ben Affleck Batman series, but like you said, it was in a solo, it's Justice League.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they did a third one, sequel to that, but that ain't happening.
That's not. Well, it's not even the third one because the second one is really the first one, but with like I don't know, with 30 minutes extra footage or some crap.
It was just like a fill-in, pretty much in all the movies.
I mean, shit is still shit. Even if you put shit in a paper bag, it's still shit.
sprinkles on it.
I'm just,
Shit with sprinkles.
I'm,
Nah,
I'm just
I,
saying.
I enjoyed the Justice League and everything. But back what you were saying about Terry McGinnis and stuff like that, yeah, um, I don't know. When I saw him as Bruce Wayne, to me he was just like that's like yeah, emo Batman, gothic Batman, and we joke about saying that, but now after you had said it, I went back and looked at Terry McGinnis. I'm like, that would have been the perfect casting right
Perfect. I think it
there.
would have been perfect
Perfect.
casting. What do I know? So, anyways, Pete, we definitely going to get into the movie spoilers. You had mentioned to me that kind of like the books that they kind of influenced the movie was the Batman the Year One series. It's a 4-part series, right?
Yeah, so there's elements of that series that are incorporated into that movie, but then, of course, they take a little bit from every other book that you're gonna find in that film. But
So
if you think about it this way, that's Batman Year One. It's kind of an origin tale, but of course, it's not the only origin tale of Batman. But the movie is Year Two, so even though I could hear what you guys don't like, and he wasn't really my definitive Batman at this point, it's honestly the first youngest Batman portrayal that you have if it's Year Two. So that's something to take a factor into.
well, wasn't Michael Keaton Year One?
But look at his age. He doesn't really come
Oh
off like
yeah,
that. If you think about Christian Bale's Batman, he went through that journey that by the time he came to Batman, he didn't feel like a young Batman. But of
I
course,
mean,
this one is a young Batman.
to me, I know that Batman got different levels age, but to me,
Hmm.
it's Batman is, and then there's Frank Miller's old Batman.
Yeah,
That's
no,
how I look at the
absolutely.
Batman. I don't look at like
But
20s,
that's the biggest
30s, 40s.
separation from this one right now is that he's a very young Batman, and that's not something I'm used to at all.
Yeah,
I have to take that into consideration, though.
which he could have been even younger if he played Terry McGinnis. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just gonna throw
But
that
yeah,
out
it's
there.
just different, and it feels definitely more of a thriller, crime thriller.
Yeah. So you
Which
said
I like about that. There's nothing wrong about that, but it doesn't come off as a blockbuster film, which is
so.
another separation of that.
So elaborate more on your 7 rating on the 10, because I gave it the 5. Boy Scout gave it the 7.5. I'm looking at my notes over here. So you're giving it a
Um,
7. Why is it a 7 in your opinion?
because I know it's a different take on the Batman, something that we really haven't seen before. More within that crime of him honestly really fighting through a crime of one particular thing that's leading to so much more, which you get that through a lot of other Batman films, but not in this type of level that's really focused on. So I really like that particular, and I love what they did with the Riddler. That was to me one of my favorite parts of the film.
See, I thought
Um,
it was cool until he took the mask off. I don't know about you, Boy Scout. What did you think?
I mean, like I said, 7.5, and I look at it as the movie itself. Okay, the movie itself, I enjoyed everything.
Yeah, I thought I
Is
enjoyed
he
it too.
Batman for me? Nah, not by a long shot. I'm like, and I don't know that one episode where he's the gang's in the subway and they're about to like beat that guy up, and
That's the first time you see it.
when he's walking through the thing, in the dark, and I'm just looking at it, I'm like, okay,
I could
that's,
take him,
that's
right?
it looked weird. It was just like he looked nobody. It was just like whatever. And that's the same way those guys looked at him and they're like, yeah, we're
We
gonna
could take
take
him.
you down. I'm like, it
Yeah.
was nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
I was yeah, but the movie
Young Kid in
itself,
the Shadows.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. It didn't feel like 3 hours to me.
no, it definitely didn't feel
It,
like
it
3
had an,
hours.
it had a good flow to it, but
Yeah.
not the not the, and I guess the 7.5 is because just the character.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm
You
giving
know,
it a 5, because I thought the movie was
yeah.
like you said, it was 3 hours, didn't feel like 3 hours, and I thought it went. The action scenes were great and all that. The reason why it's so low is because I don't think any of the characters fit. The actors fit the characters except for the Penguin, but they didn't really get into the Penguin. But he killed it. His whole image, the whole thing, he just killed it. Falcone, with the Transformers dude,
Super six.
trash. The Riddler, he was great, but when he took his mask off, yeah, he looked like the normal dude and all that. And I get that they was going for that, but that whole scene in Arkham, I know we didn't really elaborate on the last review because we didn't want to get no spoilers, but spoiler alert, that shit was to me was trash. he was singing, and
Um,
I don't know if he was calling him Bruce Wayne or he was just saying that Bruce Wayne was the guy he didn't get to kill. So I don't know if he was revealing his identity or not. And then that whole scene, and then Batman is hitting the glass and he's screaming, and I wasn't feeling it at all. And that's
so I gotta
just
watch it.
I don't know. I don't even know if I can sit through that hospital scene again with Alfred when Alfred wakes up in the hospital. Now
Oh
we're
my
getting
God, that
we're
was
Yeah,
getting
I was
full
yeah.
laughing,
spoilers.
man. I was
No
laughing.
respect, no respect for Alpha right there.
No, I mean,
When I
first of
was talking
all,
about,
the
You
you
the
lied
literally,
to me.
the
You
guy they
lied to me.
casted is the dude from Avengers with the missing arm. What's his name?
Paul.
Claw, right? That's his name
Yeah.
in the event. Claw. So the
Well,
whole
Claude is
part,
the
so
character.
the whole part when you know that
Delicious
he's
Claude, that's his name.
where he's getting he's trying to kill Bruce Wayne with in the mail, the bomb in the mail. Everybody figured that out when he picked up the letter, right? I leaned over to my daughter and I said, "Listen, this is the part where he loses his arm and he's gonna go to Wakanda and get the gun."
Conda. Exactly.
I
You
wasn't
know that,
feeling
that
it.
that was the that was dude. That was the prequel to that storyline right there. We saw it in Batman. Okay? First
Yeah,
character
so
that migrated DC, that went from DC to Marvel.
Oh,
whoa, technical
Oh man,
difficulties.
oh,
technical
Batman.
difficulties.
What the Batman, man? I think the Batman
Oh
got him.
no, somebody's mad at you disrespecting the bat.
Yeah, exactly.
Live action. But anyways,
Wow.
while
Yeah,
last Boy Scout fixes his computer
I'm
over
good.
there,
I just I went and hit my I hit my computer by mistake, knocked it all the way down.
how did you feel, Pete, about the characters? Because I definitely wasn't feeling Falcone. I really loved Catwoman. Damn, her name slips my mind. I should have wrote their names on
Zoe
the board.
Kravitz.
Zoe
Zoe
Kravitz, yeah.
Kravitz.
I
Yeah.
think she killed it. I love the look. I like the fighting. The only thing I didn't like about her costume was the mask, but I get it. And and my daughter didn't really like how there was like no origin story on her. That it was just a girl that liked cats. And I thought it was funny that nobody really called each other by their names. Like they never call Batman Batman. He's Vengeance, and they never call Catwoman Catwoman.
Well, that's what's trying to separate us to keep it more in the realm of reality.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it, but this motherfucker's dressed like a bat. The first time I see him, I'm gonna call him Batman. I'm not gonna call him Vengeance, right?
Does he look like a bat though? I mean, did you see that cow?
I know that's another thing we can touch
That's
on
like the
because you.
worst thing I hate about that. The cow is ugly, man.
Oh, you wasn't feeling the Wonder Woman arms? I was feeling the Wonder Woman arms. I thought that was pretty cool. No, I could, yeah.
I mean, the suit's fine. It's just the cow. I don't like the cow, man. It's just terrible, man. It
I
didn't
don't
look
know.
intimidating at all.
Up to last Boy Scout's point, when he came out of the shadows, it was just like trick or treat. I mean, I have a picture of the cow there next to you on the video. You'll see it in the replay. Yeah,
Yeah, but
it
yeah.
does. It definitely doesn't look. He looks more like Catman than
It just didn't have that intimidating feel to it.
uh,
That's what I really didn't like about the cow.
But you was feeling all the other characters.
No, I love the Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. Colin Farrell doing the Penguin. More of a side character, but it's fine because they're really going to add more for him.
They're
So he
doing a.
definitely did something for
He's
that.
getting a show, right, or
Yeah,
something
I
like
believe
that.
they're doing an HBO
Mm-hmm.
Max show for him. So
I'm excited to see that. Um,
yeah, more to add for him.
'Cause, I mean, I don't think that he's ever gonna replace Danny DeVito. You was telling me
Oh no, I love
that
Danny.
Danny he killed it. That animated series you said that's what I grew up on. That Fox animated series had so much influence on
There's
Batman.
a lot of inspiration there.
Yeah, you was telling me Mr. Freeze that they rewrote his whole origin based on that cartoon, and the whole look of the Penguins was from that cartoon. And Danny DeVito killed it because for me, I seen Batman Returns before I even started watching the cartoon, and I can remember Batman Returns before watching the cartoon. So I thought that the cartoon had got it from the movie, but it's the other way around. So I thought that was great. That whole image with with the hands like that, right? Or no? Or
I
am I
think
Yeah.
the
wrong?
movie was first, though.
Yeah, no,
Was the movie first?
Yeah, the movie was
Because they
first.
look spot on. The cartoon and the movie is just like the
That
characters look spot
cartoon was
on.
an inspiration of the Burton
So it
version.
was an inspiration of the Burton, and then they
Oh
just
yeah,
flipped it in the
it's
comics.
definitely inspiration.
I'm dyslexic. You gotta give me that one.
No, that's fine.
You gotta give me
It's
that
just,
one.
yeah, love those connections though.
Yeah, I
But that
thought
means
it.
a different type of penguin though. It's definitely different fantasy compared to the gangster style
Yeah,
that you get.
and I was definitely feeling that whole gangster vibe. I felt like that he was the most gangster in the movie. I wasn't feeling Falcone or whatever his name was. And you know what killed it for me? I don't know. He was just I just when I see him, I think Transformers.
hmm
The Falcone character,
Yeah, I
yeah.
just
he just served the plot point. He really wasn't that big of a character in the movie.
now I'm big on Batman, but I'm not really big on Catwoman as origin. Is that even legit? Is that her father? Is that written like that in the
Uh,
books or no?
no clue. I think that was definitely the movie.
Some
I
movie
don't think
made up shit. So they had some clown play her
I
dad.
have no clue. I mean, I could be wrong, but I never heard that.
I'd never heard that either, but I know that you, Mister, I got that shit on point with the keys.
Got a lot of books, man, but I don't read them all.
So that's just with the keys. That was new to me, and I just looked. I was like, man, is that legit? I was like, I wasn't really feeling that.
Can we talk about something that I really found odd
Go
in the
ahead, man.
movie?
Floor is yours.
So when he first leaves the Gotham PD, scales that building, and then hits that like the under of the bridge, like how the hell did he survive that? Did that not like I looked around like, is this really happening?
Yeah.
Because he just got up and was walked away or ran away. It's just like, what the fuck does happen?
I don't know. That and what was the scene that boy, how you said your son was asking you about?
The bomb blew up in his face too.
What was it? The Madison Square Garden joint you were saying with the cable?
The cable.
Yeah, when he was hanging from the cable to save the
Oh
people.
yeah, yeah. That was a kind of weird one where yeah, there was a Madison Square Garden. I guess you want to say some stadium, and the water had rose already, and the something on the top was about to fall, and it was still alive, with electricity, and he he jumps to the cable. So instead of using the batarang to just throw it to sever the wire and let the wire, the dead wire drop, and I mean, to let the equipment drop without electrocuting the water, he decided I'm gonna jump onto that thing and then cut it myself and let myself fall. I'm
Yeah,
like,
instead of cutting underneath him to let it drop,
yeah,
he cut
yeah,
above him.
exactly. Problem. That made no sense. And my son was just like, "Why did he do that? That made no sense." I was like, "You're right. It doesn't." I have no idea.
Yeah, that's I wasn't feeling his whole detective status either in that movie. I felt like that previous Batmans are a lot smarter. Like the whole carpet thing, I wasn't feeling that towards the end. And then situations like that was just like it's like really? The- Batman was just do the batarang on that thing and handle that shit. He's not jumping,
Exactly. Yeah.
cutting off, and then falling in the water. I don't know. I'm just not really. That's why I get a 5. That's why my 5 is solid. I don't care how many times I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be a solid 5. I might get it to like a 5.1, but a 5.
Well, so the 7 for me, it could change. It could go up, it could go down.
That's,
I gotta watch
I
it again.
mean, well, yeah. Once it comes out on HBO, I'm gonna watch it again to like really look into it. But
yeah,
I
Dissect
don't
it
know.
more.
I'll probably watch it again, but I don't know how many times I can watch that movie. Like I can watch the Dark Knight series over and over again. Matter of fact, I just
Yeah.
watched it again last night. I think the Dark
That's
Knight.
true. How rewatchable? I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
think this is rewatchable. That's a lot how I rate movies as well. I mean, because at the end of the day, that's how you rate a movie. Can you watch it again, and how many times can you rewatch it before you get sick of it? Like I watched Tim Burton's Batman as many times as I want. The Jim Carrey um joint, and definitely the Schwarzenegger shit. I've seen it like twice.
That's a comedy.
Yeah, I can't with that. But the Dark Knight I can rewatch all day. Justice League, I've seen it twice, and then the remake I saw it twice just so I can just Batman versus Superman. I think I did it once.
Wait, which is the
Wonder,
remake?
which the remake of Justice League?
Yeah, which one's the
I don't
remake?
And
know
that's
the one.
the remake. Just you're talking about the
And I would think Josh Whedon
edited
is the
version.
remake
Yeah.
and Zack Snyder's is the original.
Well, whatever. They're both shit. Shit is shit.
What's
One,
the debate out there? Which one is
the
the remake?
what was the bad guy's name? Wolf and whatever Stein or whatever the fuck his name was. He had a shiny suit in one, and the other one he didn't have a shiny suit. Oh my god! And the original one, they took out. I know we're getting sidetracked, but what killed me on that one was I really like Aquaman, his comedy in the original one. Like when he sat on a lasso and he was like, Wonder Woman, you're
Right.
hot, and we're all gonna
Mhm.
fucking die, and Batman, you don't got no powers. They took that shit out of the original Snyder cut or whatever. They took out a lot of his comedic shit, and I just thought that it really sucked. I didn't really need to see that much more of Cyborg, origin story and all that shit because nobody
See,
gives a
I
fuck.
kind of enjoy the origin stories and all of them when they would do that.
Yeah, but they
More
to me they
character.
rushed them so much. It's not even. It wasn't even worth it. They jammed that movie together. I felt like just try to compete with Avengers, but that's a whole nother issue. We're gonna get sidetracked.
Mhm.
We talk about this
Absolutely.
piece of shit, the Batman. That's what we talk about now. So I'm a Batman fan, so it kills me to say it, but I'm just telling you, I'm gonna die in that hell, man. He should have been Terry McGinnis. I'm you know the Batarang coming out the chest piece. I thought that was dope, and I
Yeah,
thought the
that was that's the whole thing. It's like I'm more that looking for Batman for all the gadgets, the
he
utilities.
didn't even have a
Okay,
fucking belt. He didn't have a belt.
he had nothing. I was just like, I was just like, I don't get this. Like, what is going on?
Well, I mean, what do you think, Pete, with no belt and with the Wonder Woman arms?
I don't know. It's just I didn't really focus much on his gadgets, even though he had like really big things on his wrist and shit.
That he didn't even use out the whole movie, I don't think.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he definitely had no fear walking into bullets. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, but aren't all the bat suits and all the movies, they were all bulletproof, no?
For the most part, but I think like even Batman Returns, there wasn't a whole lot of gun battle that he was dealing with directly.
No. But the first Batman, he gets shot in the opening scene.
Yeah, but you can see it's two different bat outfits between the first and second one too.
Yeah, but I know it's like pretty bulletproof. And even Bale's is bulletproof, right?
Yeah, so they designed that in there. But I mean,
Yeah.
look at man, when he was just walking into guns with bullets, I mean, like
There
even the
was
other one's trying to
it
find
was
something.
a lot of guns in this movie too. I thought that was
Da, 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 da.
it was different for Batman. It's a lot of guns. I mean, I get it, but
Yeah, so it's
it's
just
yeah. Another scene that killed me in this movie was Batman showing up at the club, knocking on the door.
he did it twice as Batman, as Bruce Wayne with the
and as
same
Bruce
voice.
Wayne, thinking something was gonna be different. No,
I'm
let me
just,
in
Same
this
voice,
time.
man. Same voice. That was pretty funny.
that's why I guess a 5, bro. It's just like my Batman, Michael Keaton, even Christian Bale. Those motherfuckers ain't knocking on the door to a club, bro. As a matter of fact, Christian
That's another
Bale
thing. He didn't really have that element of surprise. He was very like
out in the open,
upfront.
right? He
Yeah.
wasn't like a ninja at all. He was just like, yo, I'm
No, it wasn't
Batman.
a sneaky at all. So
Follow
that's
me on
definitely
Twitter. This is my hashtag Batman. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, get at me. I'm surprised he didn't have an Instagram. He was just all
then
over the
again,
place.
it's year two. He might learn that later.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. What you're saying year 2 and all that, but it's like Boy Scout was saying about with the gadgets, and maybe he don't have the gadgets because Lucius Fox and whatnot. But he did have that sick ass contact. I thought that was the coolest shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. That was about the best thing in the whole thing. Wearing the contacts and it was recording everything and you can analyze. I thought that was cool.
I thought that was the dopest shit I've seen. Like, and all of the Batman movies, to me, that was like my favorite tech. I don't think anything was cooler than that.
That was pretty cool.
Except for I don't know, I was feeling the Penguin and Batman Returns, where he took over the Batmobile. He had that little arcade joint. I was feeling that.
Well, speaking of the Batmobile, what do you guys think of that? Early Batmobile. I
I don't
mean,
think you can survive all the stuff that happened in the road, though. I
no.
mean,
Oh,
like it's like
that's right. So I'm
dangerous.
like, all right. I mean, yeah, it looks cool the way he was, coming through the fire and everything, and he was getting hit left and right. But I'm like, all right, that vehicle has no upper armor whatsoever. How is it surviving all this? How is it still drivable?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that made no sense at
and
all.
and
And did it look cool? Everything? Yeah, it looked really good. But I'm like, come on, guys, that's just it's
they
just
didn't
a
even
regular car.
no gadgets. They didn't even show anything like
No,
special. It didn't shoot nothing. It just had the fire coming out the back.
no, it was just a vehicle, a souped up vehicle with a
Yeah.
crazy engine and a crazy turbo. I'm like, okay,
I guess he blew the budget on the contact, bro.
probably.
I mean, he did have a motorcycle too. I didn't know if the motorcycle was special, if it was a regular
No,
motorcycle at the end.
it was a regular ass motorcycle, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever.
I
Nothing
don't know, man.
special.
I don't know. My favorite Batmobile is I like the Tumbler.
I told you that is such my
I like
favorite
the
one.
Tumbler, but I do like the Batman Returns joint when the shit splits in between the buildings. You know, it's all the Batmobiles have gadgets too. It's like you said, the
Which,
lack of gadgets in
which,
this movie.
and then was it also in that same one with the tumbler with that bike? The
It
one
came
when he
out the
was making
Tumbler.
it right, and then when he's making the turn, the wheels were spinning sideways on the bike.
Yeah,
That was dope.
Oh,
That,
okay.
I love that one, man. I was just like,
Wasn't that called the Bat Pod?
some
yeah,
shit. It came out the
I know what
Tumbler.
it was.
That shit was dope as fuck. After they
Yeah,
blew the
it
Tumbler
was
up,
like the vehicle was being all beat up, and he just opened up, and the bike just came out, and it was so dope, man. You know.
it made it
I think
more real.
that's one thing about the Batman Detective. There was really there was none of all that. There's not gadgets and stuff like that. It's just him being straight up detective mode.
Yeah, but
Nothing wrong with that, but it's just like it's not the type of Batman I'm used to. So
That's why I didn't have that blockbuster feel.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Batman is DC's trying, and
I
it's
don't
not.
know, man. He's trying to make a trilogy out of this, from what I hear.
I
I mean,
mean,
where can it go from here? That's a whole other story to ask.
it's
no,
gonna.
exactly.
I mean, Catwoman bombs.
Where are we going from here?
Uh,
Exactly.
probably the Penguin, but if he's gonna get his own show, then they
Yeah, they're
had
not
that.
gonna. Yeah, if he's getting his own show for HBO, they're not gonna focus on him in the movie.
So then the
You know.
Joker, maybe with the who did they
Well,
have?
that's the whole thing. If you bring in the Joker into a somewhat post-credit scene, you know, he has to be in the next movie. You can't just kind of do a small introduction of the Joker and not put him in the next movie.
Maybe they can have elements of him, but make him a bigger character in the third one. So we don't have another second Joker film.
True.
Like the third
Yep.
guy.
Maybe it'll be more of a Harley Quinn origin. I can see him doing that shit.
Nah, they won't do the Harley Quinn origin. They're really. I mean,
Listen, because if
Wait,
you have
you
Joker,
know what? It's his whole thing. I don't know. Maybe, but it's just like
because
it's like
I
you're gonna
mean,
do Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie's got to be in it
yeah,
because
I
they're
mean,
not gonna cast nobody else out there.
right now she's got to be the biggest name in DC. No,
I want to.
Well, you got The Rock playing Black Adam.
no, but I'm just saying, but she's the moneymaker. She's already what 3 movies with her.
Oh yeah, she's done more. She's not the biggest
I
name.
mean, yeah,
I
but
don't
no,
know.
she's not the biggest name, and it's not the biggest thing with her because I mean, yeah, Suicide Squad 1, okay, Suicide Squad 2 was really good, but her solo movie,
It wasn't supposed to be her solo movie. It was supposed to be a
it,
Birds of Prey movie.
and it was
Yeah,
still
she's never
horrible.
been a
But
solo movie.
if you're gonna have the Joker in the Asylum, you got to show the Harley Quinn. That's why I feel like maybe in the second movie they don't do, like you said, they don't do a Joker movie, Pete. Maybe they focus on him getting out of Arkham, and Batman is still, I don't know, year 3 or whatever the fuck year he's gonna be in.
Which Joker?
The Joker from the Batman, he's in Arkham with the
No.
Riddler, right?
Yeah.
So and that's where he meets Harley. So now it's a perfect chance if they were gonna do that to bring her in and tie the universes together, because she's not tied in to the Justice League universe, is she?
No, I wouldn't really put those two together.
But then they
Yeah.
did show what's his face, the Joker from the Suicide Squad, the first one. I forgot his name. The guy who's playing Morbius. That everybody hated his Joker. But I thought it was good.
Jared Leto.
Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto.
Didn't they show him in the Justice League joint at the end with the
Yeah,
longer
they
hair?
did. Yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
that was a added clip.
Yeah. So I mean I can see that. I can see them doing the Harley Quinn there, or maybe introducing another Harley Quinn that's not Robbie. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna bring the Joker. I kind of don't want the Joker. I kind of want to see somebody new.
I definitely want to see something new within the Batman universe. Like the
'Cause,
Riddler was a definitely nice,
Mm-hmm.
rebreaking of it. So I want to see something new.
I mean, but like you said, where are they gonna go from here? It's not gonna be a
I mean, I don't care if
Two-Face.
they had the Joker because the Joker's good no matter what, but I want to see something new.
I mean, but what do you think? Where can they go if they don't go to the Joker? Pete, where can they go?
I mean, there's so many villains that the Batman can have, but it just really depends the overall story to tie to that villain. That's really the big story.
Are they
How
gonna
can you get
rush
a
it?
good villain to really enhance the story of Batman?
I don't know.
So it just really depends where they want to go. I mean, they've left this movie where, he's so focused on Batman that he realized now I need to be much more of a public figure at the end, which I can see because, again, it's year two. He's still learning. But how
Also,
does that help overall for him in balancing those two aspects of himself?
not to mention that him and Catwoman fell in love in like 2 days.
Hey, man, would you
Was
fall in love
I
with Zoe
was
Kravitz?
I the only one that noticed that shit, or was I wrong in that?
Well, I mean, look at the Batman with Kim Basinger. That was like
Yeah.
much shorter than 2 days.
Yeah, but
You
come
slept with
on,
him on the first day, the
you
first
got
date.
they got to fight for a little bit,
He got her
man.
drunk too.
I don't know, man. The villain, I I don't know. I don't know where they can go. One of my favorite villains is Clayface, man.
I would love
And
to see that.
I don't know if
Yeah.
they're gonna do that. That whole Harley
Doesn't seem
Quinn.
like it would fit in the Matt Reeves universe, but I would love to
Nah,
see it.
that whole Harley Quinn animated series really fucked my man up though, but I love it.
I know they
Nah,
just.
stick to the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Forget that one.
But I mean, cause the way they're going dark. I mean, what other villains can get dark like that besides the Joker and besides Two-Face? Because Two-Face is just crazy ass.
Yeah.
I mean, Poison Ivy. They've already done Poison Ivy. I
Oh,
don't.
but
I
they could
don't.
do that better, though.
They could. I mean, or
I don't think
Raja
they're gonna
Ghul.
do
Yeah,
that.
but
Maybe
Ra's
Raja
al
Ghul,
Ghul
but
is a good one.
they did that in the Christian Bale joint. That was the first
what?
villain in that one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Forgot
The
about that.
Roz?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Raj. I would like to see a Red Hood joint, but that would mean that they have to fucking bring in Robin and go through all that crap.
I would love to see a grounded Mr. Freeze.
You think they'd do a Mr. Freeze?
I would love to see that. I don't know.
I don't think Mr. Freeze is really dark like that, though. If they're gonna go with the
He's still an
off the end,
interesting, tragic figure, though.
yeah, but then you got to explain his whole love story in that movie, and that movie don't have that type of
You
vibe.
don't really have to explain the whole love story.
Yeah. They could do
Everybody
flashbacks
can
of him,
understand somebody
with his
doing
wife.
something for a loved one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I
Okay,
like the
what about
Ra's
the
al Ghul.
ventriloquist and Scarface?
I don't know, man. Or like the
I can see him as a side character, gangster, causing trouble.
I don't. You know what? Maybe they go back with the Riddler. Maybe something happens with him, or somebody
You go
continues
back with
his
the
work. He
Riddler.
had a following. What, he had like 500 people following him in that movie, or some crap.
Yeah, I know people there.
Maybe they're gonna do a twist like he wasn't the real Riddler. It was somebody else pulling the strings, and he was just one of the followers.
Nah, that would just kind of spoil it. Nah.
I feel like that's a DC move.
Maybe in a comic book, but I don't think they should do it in a movie.
I don't know. They brought the dead dude back for Wonder Woman 2.
Nah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know,
I
man.
think they were trying to do that '80s trope of films where like people come back reincarnated in somebody else's body,
So you're
but you know,
saying,
didn't
Boy
play
Scout,
that
you're
well.
saying Raj Al Ghul should be the next villain?
I don't know if he should be the next villain, but I could see more of a storyline with him. You know.
I mean, that would get into the whole Hush thing. Let's talk about the Hush thing. The Hush that I know is the Riddler's Hush. He died, right? And then Raj Al Ghul brought him back in the Lazarus pit, right? Isn't that's how at least that's how the movie went, the animated joint. And
Yeah, but
everybody's
yeah, I
speculating.
mean, it's really that close to the book though.
No, but that's what they're speculating. It's the whole Hush thing. And you were saying that it's hush money. That's what that headline comes from the campaign
That's
or
what I
whatever.
saw in the movie. Was the
Yeah.
whole they said where's Brain? Excuse me, Bruce Wayne's hush money, and they put that hush thing on the thing. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
how does that have to do with hush? I don't get that.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to reach for that could be possibly how
That's an
they
interesting
introduce
idea.
Ra's al Ghul. Maybe he dies in Arkham and Ra's al Ghul gets a hold of him somehow and resurrects him in the pit. And maybe you get a whole new, twisted, even darker Riddler. Because doesn't the pit like give you strength and all that shit too?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
No, the print doesn't. It resurrects you. It doesn't give you
I know it doesn't
extra
give you
strength.
powers or nothing.
However, however, it messes with your psyche.
Which
You
exactly, and
know,
he's
I
already
think what it
twisted.
is. I think what it is. The longer you are dead and then become resurrected, the the more damage you are. And, you know,
I would like to see a Red Hood joint, but they never. I don't. I hope they
yeah,
don't.
I would love to see a Red Hood joint. But you know what it
You
is?
can't do that with this
So
one.
the
Right.
Teen Titans on HBO, they did the whole Red Hood joint
Hmm.
for their series.
Really?
Yeah, they
I'm gonna
did,
have to figure this one.
and that one, um, you know, and that one involved with Scarecrow. You know,
I mean, I guess they could do a Scarecrow. Scarecrow's kind
and,
of.
I mean, here's something the and so going away from what we're really talking about the movie, but in Teen Titans, it was all about Bruce Wayne killing the Riddler. I mean, killing the Joker because he killed Robin. So then Batman kills him, and then Batman goes away.
Yeah, but that's
And
the whole shit about the Red Hood is that the Red Hood was mad that he didn't fucking kill the Joker,
right,
and that's why he started
and
going at Batman. So that kind of
right,
really.
right, exactly. Now Batman's gone, but of course, because it's the TV show's Teen Titans, now you have Nightwing actually trying to, bring him back. So
I'm, I
it,
don't
it
know.
was just it was kind of weird because they just kind of merged a couple of two storylines together to make it work in Teen Titans. So
I always felt the storytelling in that series was real fast. Like it's just
yeah,
bounce, 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 and it's just like nothing really was
so a
laid
lot
out.
because they so many characters coming in and they just want to give everybody a play and
Well, that's that whole Justice League vibe I was saying. They just flew through it and
yeah.
mashed those guys together. Are they even gonna make another one of that? I mean, this guy's not gonna be tied in, right? The Batman's not gonna be tied in. I brought that up in the last review. Do you think that they'll tie him into that universe, Pete?
Which
And to they replace Ben Affleck with him, the Justice League, or maybe try
no,
to start a whole new Justice League.
that's gonna be a whole separate thing from anything. They're not really gonna do any kind of DCEU anymore. So they're
Mm.
really trying to just give everybody their own little special film. Even though you got the Flash that's still tied to the Zack Snyder Justice League. But let's see where that goes because they're gonna do like what a Flashpoint.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck that
Yeah,
up.
Things up.
They're gonna fuck that up. I already know. And I
and
love
that
that's my
Let's see. I don't
favorite.
know, man. I'm excited to see
Flashpoint
what
was good.
I'm my favorite. That's my favorite DC animated movie is the Flashpoint Paradox, bro. Well, for
You know
I
what,
Aquaman.
Pete?
like that one.
You brought up something else about the score in Batman.
That's right. The
How
music.
it resembled John Williams' score for Star Wars.
Oh yeah, the intro. Yeah, definitely had a lot of the beginnings of it, but of course it had a stopping point. But there's other people who definitely acknowledged that it had the Imperial March, like a very early set of the Imperial March in that. And I mean, I kept hearing it throughout the entire movie.
You see, I'm
I didn't
not.
catch that.
I didn't catch
I
that either.
wanna see. That's one of the things I want to watch the movie just to pick up on those things.
I'm definitely gonna watch it if it's gonna hit HBO Max, like you guys said, I will
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely watch it again
should
and
be
try to see.
coming out soon in a week or so.
I feel like, to be honest, I feel like nobody talks about the movie anymore. Didn't it just come out?
Ironically, we're talking about it now.
No, I know. Yeah, well, obviously, because we were doing the full spoilers thing, but like I don't see like commercials and none of that stuff. I mean, Spider-Man was in theaters last week still, before the DVD drop. I went to when I went to see the Batman movie, Spider-Man was still showing. Matter of fact, people went to go see Spider-Man and didn't go see Batman. I saw that. I was to me, I was bugged out. I was like, shit, maybe we should go watch Spider-Man again. I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, man, but I wasn't feeling the characters. Um, Gordon, uh, he was great, but I felt like he was on that Harley Quinn vibe that he was in love with Batman. He had a man crush on him, and I felt like they was fucking, you know. And to me, I just wasn't feeling that. And the whole thing with him and Alfred, what'd you say when he woke up out of the coma?
Yeah,
The
you
first
lied to
word.
me.
You lied to me. You asked if he was all right.
Come on, man.
Like, yeah, I just got out of a coma, man. You just throwing drama on my lap.
That whole hospital scene
That was
to
funny.
to me it was just, yeah, it was comical. It was just, I
That
was
was
just like,
funny. I
what
laughed
are
at
you
that.
doing? It's like what? It gets me upset. That's why I guess the five for me. That's why I guess the five, and I really feel like that when it's all said and done, the Rotten Tomatoes will probably be closer to 80%, and the IMDb will get closer to the 8.0. But I don't know. And now that you mentioned that this is supposed to be a trilogy, like I can't, I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know where they would go with it.
It's interesting to see.
I mean,
See,
Maybe they
that's
can
maybe
improve upon
maybe
it.
it's better. It's better that way, you know.
maybe
There's a lot left to the imagination of where it can actually go. We might be actually surprised with what we see.
maybe they skipped 2 year intervals. They started this one in year two, right? Maybe they go to year four.
I think they could probably do that.
I mean, if they skip a couple years, they can definitely,
Onto it, you know.
it'll
Yeah,
justify.
they shouldn't go straight to next year. I don't want to know what's going to happen in next year.
I just, I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I thought the movie was good. It just, the characters didn't fit for me. The actors that played the characters, it didn't fit. The flow wasn't great. I know everybody's like, "Oh, this is great, and action is great," but like you said, the car don't make sense. It's getting blown up and nothing's
You know
happening.
what? You know another part that didn't make sense. When they so they're at the police station, right? And remember, so they're all trying to take out his mask to see who he is. And I'm like, first of all, I'm like, that would have been the first thing I did when I found him knocked out on the floor. I would just remove the mask just to see how.
Mm.
Why I'm gonna wait to bring him into the police station and to then be like everybody trying to figure out what we're gonna do. And then what kills me is when Gordon says, "I got this. Like, just everybody get out. Let me talk to him." And then they're whispering. Yeah, if I was the actual commissioner there, I'd be like, "What the hell are you whispering? Something's going on." No, they let them whisper for quite a bit, and then he gets punched and he runs away. I'm like, oh, like that scene was kind of crazy. And then he gets out and does the grappling hook and freaking flies down
And hits
from
Hits
the
that
thing,
brick.
like you
something,
said, right?
and it just combat rolls, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna limp this away. I'm good. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That was
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah. That's
You
one thing
know?
I did like about Christian Bale's suit when the Joker tried to take his mask off. Like you said, the first thing he tried to do when he was on laying on the
And,
ground.
yeah,
And
electrified him, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was dope. Once again, gadgets, man. There was no gadgets.
And I think that's what it is. I think we get spoiled with everything about Batman with his gadgets.
But I
And
mean,
then
that's what
when you see a movie and it's not highlighting those things, you're like, no gadgets.
it's like
Okay.
Aquaman said, man. No
No guesses.
offense, but you ain't got no superpowers. So that's what he is. He's his gadgets, bro. That's
Well, and in defense to that, where in Lego Batman, when they said, when Robin said, "What's your superpower?" He says, "I'm rich."
But I
So
mean,
there
how
you
rich
go.
was he, bro? I mean, if he's got the Wonder Woman arms and he's got a regular car for the Batmobile, he blew his budget on the fucking contact lens, bro. I mean, if
I
he
don't know.
got a
I'm still gonna keep my score at 7.5 because I did find the movie
I give it
entertaining,
7.
and I think it's the more and more you break down this movie, the more and more you're gonna find something that you didn't like and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when I watched it, I enjoyed it, and so that was my score.
all right, so that's 19. I'm gonna do the official score right now. 3 into 19.
We hear the math.
I'm doing the math right now.
Maybe you
It's
should put the
again
numbers when you edit
6
the
point.
video.
It's
It's
another. It's a
19.5.
6.5. Six. Yeah,
It's
but
19.5.
we got divided by 3. It's
Yeah.
gonna come out to another 6.5. So the third shift official rating on this is a 6.5 out of 10. It's a passing grade. This is 60. 60 is a passing.
And
I
maybe no
mean,
honor roll, but yeah.
but I don't know. To me, Batman is just you got to do better than that, man. You got to do better than that. I mean, it was good, but it just I don't know. I didn't leave the theater like, wow, this is I want to see it again. Like I'm gonna go buy tickets again to
Definitely.
see it again.
No, exactly. It's
I'm
like
gonna
when I
have to
left,
see it
when
again.
saw Spider Man, and I left the theater. I was like, oh my god, that was amazing. I
Yeah.
can't wait to the next one.
Yeah,
Well, I
But
went to go see it again, Spider Man. I've already seen Spider Man like 10 times already. Batman, I won't. I don't think I'll see 10 times.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
probably
definitely
gonna.
gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it again when it comes out on
Yeah,
HBO.
I'll
yeah.
definitely watch it again. And you know what? I
Yeah,
think that's what's killing the movie too, that they're gonna release it so quick on HBO Max because that's only a month and a half that it's gonna be in theaters.
Most movies make a lot of the money up front first few
Oh yeah,
weeks
they
too.
always make the money up front, but that's where the movie theaters make
Very
their
few
money.
movies have legs going on for weeks though. Like
Yeah, but
Spider-Man,
if
that had legs.
because it's a great movie. The Avengers movies, all those movies that have legs, but I feel like
You don't see Batman having legs, so it needs to come out on HBO Max.
it's probably be on HBO Max after we post this video. I bet you, because I feel like it's losing heat like crazy. You know, I'm I thought it was cool. RJ Barrett had a Batman commercial. I thought that was cool. You know, I'm a Nick fan, so I thought that was dope. But other than that, I haven't seen no kind of commercials. Nothing. Nobody's. It's nowhere, and I really think it's because people are just bullshitting with their reviews, and they really think it's a 5 instead of a 7 or a 10. People are giving it a 10 out of 10.
I don't know, 10 out of 10.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely
It's
gonna.
just 2 points more than you, man. It's just 2 points more than you, or two and a
Nah,
half.
yeah, nah. But you know what? But the only reason why I thought the movie was great, like Boy Scott said, I thought it was a good movie. You know, action wise, and it was entertaining. It doesn't feel like 3 hours, but Batman to me didn't fit. Riddler, post mask, I just thought was really cheesy. Yo, under the mask, he was killing it. But then when he took the mask off, like his crazy was too crazy for me. It
You just
wasn't
weren't as
like
attractive.
yeah, it wasn't mask crazy. Like all of a sudden he took off the mask and then he just like I
Lost the attraction.
he started singing and shit and Bruce Wayne and that shit. I was just like, oh, where are we going with this? I wasn't feeling that shit. And then the whole smacking the glass, it was just to me it was bad, man. They could have done without that scene, man. That went in the hospital scene, you lied to me. You did get that gun from Wakanda. That's what he was gonna say.
Yeah.
You you didn't steal all the vibranium.
That's what his Batman outfit was made of.
Exactly.
The Batman outfit, the Batarang coming out the chest was. I wish I would have showed more shit like that. Or the Wonder Woman arms. I thought that would have been see what that shit does. I don't know what that was about. I'm surprised he didn't block bullets with that shit like Wonder Woman.
True.
But I mean, people they're going hard on it. With the comic books, there's a lot of covers. They're doing a lot of the Batman movie covers and shit. I don't know. I just don't see it. I think it's gonna die down. Like you said, it's the book year one. I don't think that that book's gonna jump up because of this movie.
No, but it's a classic story, so it's always going to have a collectability to it.
Yeah, is that where the you said the first appearance of this guy, is that in that series or no?
Yeah,
Falcone.
yeah. Book two, Carmine Falcone. Now the series. Keep in mind, the series was written by Frank Miller.
Yeah, I just they should just hurry up. They should just do the Frank Miller story, the real the Dark Knight joint. And you know
And
what, I would.
they incorporate that in the Batman Begins too.
They did.
Oh yeah, that was inspiration into that. Carmine Falcone was in that movie too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but I'm just saying that the with the whole to go back with the Ben Affleck man with the drinking because he was drinking in that movie. I feel like
Hmm.
he should do. They should push the Frank Miller with him, man. I think that would be pretty good. I really like the animated joint, uh, where they had the little chick playing Robin, and they had the the chick with the
Oh, that's the Dark Knight
swastikas.
Returns.
Yeah, the Dark Knight Returns Part One and Part Two. Who's the chick with the swastikas on her chest in
Uh,
that one?
oh man, I forgot her name.
She would be a
I
good
just
villain. She was crazy.
yeah, I
Or
forgot. Oh man.
or the villain in that, the guy that had the sharp teeth, the mutant dude. He was like the gang of the mutants or whatever. I don't know what way he was. They fought in the mud and Batman fucked them up. I thought that was great. He was like a I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm probably gonna watch that movie tonight just to get this bad
Just to
taste
get
out of
this.
my mouth.
Mhm.
Oh, the Batman. You lied to me. It's crazy. I don't know. So like I said, I'm gonna stick with my 5. Boy Scout, you're gonna do your 7.5.
Yeah.
Pete, aka I got that shit. You got a 7.
We can revisit this, man. We come back revisit after we see it again, if you decide to
Uh,
see it again.
no, I'm definitely gonna see it again. I'm definitely gonna see it. I'm a Batman
I
fan. I
I want to see
never.
it again. I just don't know if I could do it in one sitting again. So,
Yeah, I mean, listen, I
but
might be
I'll see it again.
bashing
You can
this
fast
movie a
forward the
lot.
parts you don't like.
Yeah, but then what? He's gonna start it, and then at the end, it's gonna be he's gonna fast
It's
forward
like
through the
I
whole
watched
movie.
it in 30 minutes and it was a better movie.
Yeah. No, I think I mean I definitely want to watch it again. Like I said, just to try to look for things I didn't find before and stuff like that.
Well, I definitely got to
So
catch that whole the Imperial March shit that you
yeah.
guys are talking about. I totally missed that.
Oh, listen to the music, you'll hear it.
I totally missed that. I wanted to try to see if I could see more of his suit. And maybe I missed like some gadgets that he used and I didn't notice. But there was just a lot of shit that just didn't feel right. Excuse me, in that movie. Like I forgot which one of you guys mentioned it. The scene when Catwoman's breaking into the safe and the police officer walks in there and doesn't notice that the safe is open.
It doesn't. Oh my god. Not only that, all that noise they made in the beginning when they were kind of like tussling, and then
Yeah,
he's like, "Shh," and the guy's just like, "Oh, everything looks good here."
everything looks good here. That safe was open the whole time. Behind that picture,
Hmm.
that that we totally knew it was there. I don't know. I thought it could have been better. They definitely could have picked a better guy to play Falcone. They I think you know what, to me I think that's what really killed the movie for me was him.
Really?
Yeah, because I just didn't
It's a small
feel.
part of the film, though.
I know, but I just no,
Yeah.
but they it was a small part, but at the end a lot of it tied into him with the whole Bruce Wayne. Your father came to me, asked me for this favor, and all that shit. So it really they really
Mm.
leaned on him a lot. Then
Well,
they made him Selena's dad. As I was just like,
you know,
you know,
uh, um, I did like the riddles, okay, and I did like, and the best one was the ending one when they said bring him to the light. You know, where
yeah, I thought
everybody
that
thought
was
bringing him to light was like bringing him to justice and stuff like that. And that's what I thought it was like bring him to light, bring him to justice,
yeah,
and it was actually bring him to the damn lamppost. And that was the light.
yeah.
And I was just like, I said, man,
No,
that
he
was so
played him
cool.
the whole
Yeah, I
time. The
know
Riddler played Batman. Like to me,
that was so cool, and I love that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because it's like that's true to the Riddler. It's just like it's not just about
yeah.
my riddles. It's what's
But
behind the riddles and stuff like that.
I feel like
And that's
Christian.
why he didn't get that.
I feel like Christian Bale would have figured that shit out after the second reel. You know,
I don't know who it was.
or Val Kilmer would have figured that shit out by then.
Val Kilmer.
Val
Wow.
Kilmer was the Batman with the Jim Carrey Riddler. No, wasn't
Yeah,
Michael
but
Keaton.
isn't he the only Batman smiling in the Batman suit?
Wait, what was the other? Was it
George Clooney.
George Clooney? Oh my god.
He was the freezer joint. Let's not talk about
Yeah.
that.
George Clooney, something O'Donnell, and
Chris O'Donnell
and
and
what's that girl?
Schwarzenegger. Oh, and Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
No, but the other girl.
Oh,
played that girl. Alicia Silverstone. Yeah,
oh my god.
They got Clueless in there. I'm like,
Who was
what?
that girl?
They should have left her in the Aerosmith video. Holy shit.
Oh god. Like that whole, and everybody's all shiny and everything. I was like, damn.
That's the one where they put nipples on the
Yeah.
the bat suit, right? All the bat suits except for hers. They put, this
Can't
is,
do that.
Oh,
Can't do that.
oh
that
man.
was funny. That was a funny one.
Nah, they should have just let fucking McDonald's fucked up Tim Burton shit. Fucked up his shit, man. They should have just. Who cares if the penguin's ugly? Get slap him on a Happy Meal box. You know, he was gonna cast Robin Williams as the Riddler because he got fucked over by the Joker. Tim was gonna cast him as the Joker, but then Nicholson pulled like a power move and got that joint. So then they reached out to him again and said, we're gonna do the Riddler in part 3, but then Tim Burton was like, I'm out with the whole because of the McDonald's shit, and it really fucked up.
Different time and era for movies. I mean, that movie's really ahead of itself.
Yeah, that's just so great. I'm so glad they did the comic on it, the Batman '89 joint. I don't know when that 6-part series. I think the last book is out already, or it's gonna be out pretty soon. I'm on that shit. Yeah, but anyways, I mean, I don't want to bash this movie anymore. Like I said, solid 5, solid 7.5 for my man Boy Scout, for my man Pete, aka I got that shit. I'm getting you a shirt that says that. Legit. But yeah. Definitely check the reviews. Definitely don't forget to like us. Hit that subscribe button. And let us know what you think about the movie and the comics. You know, don't be scared. If you liked it, you don't like my opinion, write about it. And I'll send it to Pete because I don't want to read that shit. But it is what it is. Boy Scout, I don't know if you got anything else to say, to add to that.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to add to that. But, you know, until we see you again, I'm the last Boy Scout.
There's your boy Big Deuce. And I'm out.
And we up there in Chicago and some more.
I would like to thank you, Pete, for joining us, man.
Yeah, big shout out to Pete Windu, aka I got that shit.
Later, guys.
All right, guys.